Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, da-da, just like the ones I used to know. So anyway, every time I do a Jeffree Star video, I have to, of course, use my pink fan. I was thinking about sending him a pink fan for Christmas, but then I thought, you know, he probably already has one. So anyway, but I do want one of those pink mirrors. I haven't gotten one yet, but I keep on meaning to order it. So anyway, I itch right there. I'm not picking my nose. Nobody should do that on YouTube videos. People ask me all the time, they're like, what do you do to have a successful YouTube channel? Like I would know, right? Well, number one, you don't pick your nose on camera. That should be a given. Don't fart on camera. I mean, what else should you do? Don't eat on camera. Oh, those are called mukbangs. I haven't done one in a while. I love doing mukbangs. So anyway, that's my drama phone. Hold on a second. How's the drama phone? This is Peter speaking. No, this is not Sephora customer service. Who would ask if this is... Oh, Mr. Star. Mr. Star, sir. Mr. Star, yes. Oh, I'm very sorry, Mr. Star. No, Star's not here right now. She's showing her ass somewhere. No. Oh, I'm very sorry, Mr. Star. So anyway, did you guys see? Jeffree has popped off on Twitter. I love it so much. It is so fun to watch. Listen. And he got very upset at someone, and he's like, I'm so happy. I'll read it to you guys in a second, but he's like, I'm so happy that my personal misery makes you happy or something. And I'm like, okay, let's just think about this for a second. This is common sense, right? Because if you watch these tweets that have been going on all day, which we're going to address, he first of all goes off on Sephora for this employee that released some information of his, which rightfully so, I'm like, where'd my phone go? And it's like right in front of me. Which rightfully so for those of you that watch 2 minutes and 25 seconds of my videos and then write 3 paragraphs, just, you need to stay around, okay? Because like the info's really at the end. That's kind of how my gig is. But anyway, so he like goes off on Sephora for this girl and how she should be fired, and we're gonna talk about that in just a second. But then it like just goes more and more and more. And then he goes into Kylie Cosmetics, and then he comes at people tweeting him, and then it's like, what has happened? And I can just imagine he is like, you know, smoked a fat one out there, and he's sitting up in the hot tub in Calabasas with all the dogs running around, and you know, Nathan's like skateboarding around him. He's like, Jeffree, dude, what can I get for you? And he's like, I have had it with these people! Don't fuck with Jeffree, bring your mama some sweet tea, Jeffree. So anyway, you think their house smells like Dale's do? I bet it does. So anyway, probably dogs and cans of dog food just sit around the floor, pink ones. So anyway, let's get right into this video. Those are references to old videos of mine, so don't say I'm bullying when you don't know what I'm talking about. Jeffree, bring your mama some sweet tea, Jeffree. And a corn dog, maybe make some of them little corn dogs. I like them little corn dogs. So anyway, I was watching all this. Let's get right into it. It's so hilarious. I've lost my shit today. So we went to my husband's Christmas party last night, and then we slept in today, and then we went to brunch, and I was like sitting at brunch, and I was like, what am I gonna make a video about? And then I got home because I left my phone at home when we went. That was actually like kind of a trial and tribulation. You know, we were talking about first world issues, right? Like not having your phone for like an hour and a half at brunch, but it was really good because we had like a really good conversation. So since I always give suggestions to everybody, you guys should try that. You should leave your phones at home during any kind of date or meal or whatever. So anyway, even if you're just going to the Gym Dandy to have a Gym Dandy, and if you don't know what a Gym Dandy is, look it up and Google it. It's basically like a Big Mac, but it's called a Gym Dandy. So anyway, I went into Twitter, and first and foremost, let's just look at this tweet that Jeffree retweeted from Kate. I can't, the rest of her name. She tweeted out, here it is, here's the receipt right here. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't put receipts in my videos. She looked at Jeffree Star's, why is she at him in this kills me. It's like, are you asking to get fired and you want to get famous off of like releasing Jeffree? Why would you care, you know? Looked up Jeffree Star's Sephora account at work, and he has 73,000 points, aka has spent $73,000 on makeup this year. How? And then Jeffree retweeted it and said, "Hey Sephora, keep your employees who sign confidentiality agreements in check." And you know, let's just be for real. Like, all of these people are like, it's really not that big of a deal, Jeffree, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, it kind of is a really big deal that she's looking up his private information in a computer, which I quite frankly think for some people should probably be kept separate anyway. And she's like keeping, you know, all of this, looking up all his private information, and then she's stupid enough to tweet it out to the world and say that she has that private information, which we all knew, we all know that she done written it down on a little scrap of paper, probably some receipt, you know, in the cash register, and then called her Good Judy and said, "I have Jeffree Star's private information. Let's go drive by his house tonight and see if we can see Nathan skating in the, you know, the driveway." So it is kind of scary. It really is, you know, and it's like, I understand people are like, well, like, you know, he shops at Sephora, the information's there, blah, 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 whatever. Like, what I don't understand is, like, why is it so hard just to be a good human being? Like, you don't do that, and you don't, like, maybe a lot of us nosy MFers out there, I'm not going to say I'm not nosy, because I am. Obviously, I'm a drama channel, right? But, like, I might look it up and be like, girl, he done spent $73,000. I might even call up my good Judy and call Tanya and be like, Jeffree Star spent $73,000 on makeup. And she'd be like, who? I'd be like, Jeffree Star. And she'd be like, Jeffree, bring your mama some sweet tea and those little corn dogs I love. But anyway, so she would have no clue who Jeffree Star is. Oh my God, this is so crazy though. Before I get into this video, this is a true story. So we're at Alex's Christmas party last night, right? And I'm sitting with all these high glam girls, and they're at this table, and they're like talking about like makeup and whatever. And the whole conversation goes to this one girl because she like watches my videos, and she's talking about how and they're like, oh, you make videos? And I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 whatever, right? And I'm like, you know what's so funny is that you kind of look like Laura Lee. And she's like, who? And I'm like, Laura Lee. And this other girl like looks at her and she goes, oh, she goes, you do look like Laura Lee. And she like immediately gets on her phone and pulls out a picture. Girl, dead ringer for Laura Lee, right? And so then they're all like talking. This other girl's like, yeah, she's like, I don't really like Laura Lee. I like Jeffree Star. And I'm like, okay. I go, here's the question. Because I had to explain to them what I do. And then I'm a drama channel. I talk about beauty, even though I'm a booty guru, not a beauty guru. So anyway, they got it. Because they all looked at my butt and they're like, oh yeah, booty guru. So anyway, but I mean, when you have an ass as fine as me, you're a booty guru. So anyway, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, here's, because this one girl was like, I have the entire Jeffree Star holiday collection. I just got it. And I go, okay, so here's the question. Does his makeup hold up? Do you really like it? These girls around the table, like all of them, legit, were like, we love his makeup. Some of these people, I was just going to try and decide if I want to say this or not, but some of these girls are makeup artists, okay? And they were all like, oh my God, his makeup is fantastic. And this one girl was like, yeah, I got his holiday collection, but the one color I didn't like, the lip liner or the lipstick, liquid lipstick, she goes, I'm going to give it to a friend of mine. She goes, because it's very, very similar to this color in Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I ended up having this half an hour conversation about Jeffree Star and Anastasia Beverly Hills and on and on and on. They all loved this is so funny. They all loved Jaclyn Hill's palette that came out that went to Morphe, you know, all that. They were like, how do you know about all this kind of stuff? And I was like, I mean, I'm basically a booty guru. But anyway, no, but they were, okay, so they all love Jaclyn Hill's palette. They all love Jeffree Star's palette and all that kind of stuff, right? None of them liked Manny, which was real interesting to me. They're like, who's your favorite beauty guru? And I was like, well, I really like Nikki Tutorials. And they're like, she's so boring. And then they were like, and I was like, and I really like Manny. And they're like, no, he's just a copycat. And I was like, okay, who do you girls like? And they're like, all of them? They all liked Jaclyn Hill, which like I thought was so funny. And they're like, when she started, they're like, she doesn't do as many tutorials anymore, but when she started, she was like doing legit tutorials and they were so relatable. And it was just like your friend sitting down there doing a video. Jaclyn, there you go, baby. There's some advice. Your real fans out there that love you are wanting to see you go back and do those kind of tutorials, okay? And see if you do that, you'll continue to build your subscribers, people will love you, and you'll end up selling as many pamphlets. Let me give you a pamphlet on. Anyway, you'll sell as many So anyway, let's just get into this. It doesn't really matter, but that was my conversation last night. So, he tweets at her last night. He tweets at her 2 hours ago this Katie girl or K girl, whatever. You should be fired. Now I know, because I talked to a friend of mine, that there will be other receipt videos out there. So just wait, because some of these people have like DMs from, girl, this has been going on for a while, okay? I will tell you something though, when you tweet to a company, okay, on Twitter, or you make a video or something about it, baby, they listen, okay? They are not funny about that marketing stuff, right? That's why you tweet out to Taco Bell. Listen, okay, if you get your Loco Toco box and it comes and you don't get enough tacos in there, tweet them, baby. They'll send you some up in the mail. Okay, so anyway, I tweeted Jiffy Lube 2 months ago, no lie. I was like, the service sucked, your place stinks, I can't stand you, okay, or something like that. More along the lines was like, I will never go to Jiffy Lube again. But I wish I had said the first one. But anyway, they like immediately direct messaged me and they're like, let us know what place you went to. We will completely take care of it and refund your amount of money. I was like, I'm gonna start complaining a little bit more often. Then I did a whole video on that food service. I don't even remember what it's called. Blue Apron. Remember that? They never reached out to me, but that Hunt a Killer, you know, the one that Kendall Ray, she sponsors, that is the biggest joke of a subscription box that I've ever seen in my entire life. But anyway, she don't play that game. I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? She gets the coin, but she don't play that game because that game is confusing. You basically get the most worthless shit in a box for $39.99 a month, and then you have to figure out the mystery, okay? I mean, she's a conspiracy channel, but nobody can figure out the mysteries. You have to do it for a whole year to even figure it out. I let them have it in a rant video. They were so nice. They reimbursed my money for the entire thing. And they were like, we're so sorry. We would love to give you a subscription for free. You don't have to do any videos about it. You don't have to talk about it. We just like you to try it. We believe so much in our product. I was like, I just almost lost my fan. I was like, see, this is how you do it, right? So if you have any issues with companies out there, like I tweet Bob Evans all the time about their sausage biscuits and gravy. They just love me so much. But anyway, they always respond too. Companies don't like that marketing shit on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, so you put it out there. Jeffree Star, he's not stupid. He puts it out there right there, see? And I don't know if they responded to him because I didn't look it up. But he says to this girl, you should be fired for exposing my information and looking me up at work. How unprofessional and gross. This word of professionalism in the makeup community is just killing me lately. I mean, where do we stop pointing the finger of professionalism? I mean, do we point it to somebody saying this or somebody saying that, or, you know, like how we talk to people on social media, or, you know, using drugs around certain, I mean, where does it stop? Like, what is the definition of professionalism? Can somebody come up with that? I mean, it's truly like the definition of pornography. We have no definition for it, right? So anyway, he goes on, and she's blocked her account now so you can't see it. And this Cavito says, I'm living for the drama. And so anyway, I went on and see if your favorite gives you a shout out. I just did, Cavito. So anyway, then Jeffree goes on to say, it's crazy how some people have no respect, and employees of stores will look up our information and publicly tweet that information. This is absolutely unacceptable, which I absolutely think it is. I agree with Jeffree 100% on this. Quick reminder, 6 months ago, a Sephora employee was fired by stealing my number from my VIP Rouge account and texting me. And what was so interesting about this is when I read it, I thought it said VIP Bougie account. I would live if Sephora had an account that was called the Bougie accounts. Anyway, and then he says, also, besides being fired, the girl who stole my number was also investigated by the police to make sure she didn't use my information to harm me, i.e. leak, share me, number, and address. It is beyond scary because you have no idea who these people are. You guys, these are getting like major retweets too, okay? I'm not saying everyone is evil, but there has to be boundaries and respect when you work for a store and a company. I want to feel safe shopping with a store. Now I feel disgusted yet again. And, you know, Jeffree, just as a little human experience, like so many people have said this to me in my life, but, you know, like, one time shame on them, second time shame on you. Stop shopping at Sephora, okay? Speak with your actions. Come out in video and say, I can no longer support Sephora. This has happened to me twice. They have put no system in place to protect me or my privacy. I will be only shopping at Ulta now, or I will only be shopping at, you know, Bergdorf's or whatever, you know? But just be done with Sephora, okay? Sephora done shown their ass. They've shown their ass all over the place. It's obvious this has happened twice now. And if it's happened to you, imagine how many of us out there they're looking up information on when they go in there and they have a customer that they don't like, and a customer they think is rude, or a customer they think is, oh my God, handsome as I am. I mean, they might be looking at my number and stalking me. Did I just hear that? What was that? Pee-pee. So anyway, I mean, you know, like you never know. And then this Michelle Go says, this is a fireable offense in jobs. Yes, the girl should be gone already. This is the fireable offense in jobs where employees have access to private information. This is 100% the proper course of action. This is standard practice. And he says exactly. And then this girl in here says, this is really mean. She didn't reveal anything personal except how much you spent. We all know you have money. Now, this girl should lose her job over it. Okay, but here's my question. How comfortable would you be if if you knew that an employee had your credit card information, your address, all that information, okay, the back and the front of your credit card, and could expose that on social media at a moment's notice? That's pretty scary. This goes above and beyond Jeffree Star. This goes to the person's morals and ethics and integrity of that one person that's crazy enough to sit around on a Sunday afternoon and feel completely comfortable tweeting that out like people are going to be okay with this. Girl, are you crazy? So anyway, he goes in here and he says all that, and then this Sour Apple, I love that name, she says she was under contract, as are all employees, to keep any information and all information confidential. Doesn't matter what was spilled. It matters that she did it and it's illegal. And he said, say it louder for the crybabies who don't understand this. And so it goes on and on. All these people say that. But anyway, somebody said in here, this was here for the tea. She said, I received tons of DMs about Jeffree Star and Sephora. This information was sent to me weeks ago by this employee along with his personal information, which I have no interest in. This is a privacy issue and breach of Sephora's confidentiality agreement, and this employee should not. And, what's interesting about that is that I received a lot of those DMs too, and I retweeted it and I said, or I responded to it and I said, me too. And he said, I'm not going to argue with anyone who thinks at any point in time it's okay to access anyone's personal and private information, then tweet it. That's a violation and it's 100% wrong. I mean, it's unimaginable to me that people live in a world where they think that's okay. I mean, like, we have really crossed a line. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have so far crossed a line now into wanting to get to know somebody, or what we think is okay, or what we think is acceptable in the world. And I just think it's very, very scary, not just for Jeffree, but for all of us. And then somebody says to him, the Star Kitten says, anyone who thinks otherwise needs a serious reality check. I don't care how famous someone is, that is private information. And he says it's also illegal. And then Sheila says, I used to work at Nordstrom. I could have accessed plenty of high-profile info like mine. Oh my God. But the thought of that to me was appalling. It's not my business. I think companies sometimes allow, blah, blah, blah. And he says, exactly. And then he says, I love you guys and thanks for always being compassionate, real with me. I live my life online and will always share wrongs in the beauty industry when I see them and make people aware that these things are not okay. I love Sephora, that's a given. Just really upset with another employee crossing boundaries. And here's the thing. It's really sad for Sephora, and it's really sad for their, relationship with Jeffree Star, because they are not their employee. They aren't, okay? But they are what they do with this employee, if that makes sense, And we have to, at some point, hold people accountable. It's interesting recently, there's been a lot of discussion about me holding people accountable in videos and how that is perceived as bullying. No, I'm sorry, okay? When there's a bully on a playground beating a kid down into a corner, and they continue to come out over and over and over on that playground on a daily basis and call people names and spread lies and spread rumors and make people's lives miserable, when a bigger person comes out there and says, enough already, okay? This is not going to continue to go on anymore. That person is not a bully to the bully. That person is called a mature adult, holding somebody accountable and saying, enough is enough already. And I will continue to do that, okay? Because I think that we need more mature adults and less shit stirrers. But let's get right back into this whole Jeffree Star thing, which I think is very, very interesting, because then it kind of goes into a whole nother direction. Then he says, right after this, are the new Kylie Cosmetics makeup brushes made out of animal hair? Is that why they're so expensive? Bitch, I'm still dumbfounded. Apparently, a lot of people are asking him to review them, right? And he's like, oh, so then this girl says on here, oh, she must have deleted the tweet, something about, because I saw it before, it being fun, and she's the drama, and he says, I'm sorry that you find my pain entertaining. I won't be going on Snapchat. I don't need to go on a rant to prove a point. I'm just speaking from the heart about being violated. This isn't fake drama. This is real. And I totally understand that, okay? But you do have to be careful about what you put out there on social media, and then saying, this is how I feel, and then people have a response to it, and then you go, no, you're not allowed to have that response. Once you open the conversation, anybody can say what they want to say. Realistically, they can, and I'm not saying that I agree with that. I'm just saying how it is. Then he says, can I ask a question about Kylie Jenner's new products without everyone twisting it and making it something it's not? No, didn't think so. And then he says, I gotta know one thing. With all of that fucking money she's made, why did Kylie Cosmetics use the same packaging as my liquid lipsticks that have been out since 2014? Invest and make something different, maybe. And then he like shows them next to each other. And to be really honest with you, I don't think they look real similar, but that's just my opinion looking at the pictures. It's an honest question. Don't try and make it anything but a question. I'm still reviewing it. LOL, I ain't mad. Just want to know why her team is being lazy. Why are you sending me a screen? Okay, so then this is what killed me. And I didn't understand this at all, but then she doesn't come from the drama channel, so of course I have to put it in here. This Shiloh Elizabeth says, again, she like tweets, wow, tweeted you every day forever, and I was being, okay, wait. She says, again, tweeted you forever, bought all your products. This was not what I had in mind for a reply, but guess what? Still love you. Sorry, ignorance happened. And she had tweeted out, wow, tweeted you every day forever, and I was being sarcastic. I love you and have bought so much of your product. Please this makes me so sad. Please see my other tweets. And then Jeffree retweets it and says, I'm sorry that you find my pain entertaining. I won't be, okay, that's where he says that. And then he goes, why are you sending me a screenshot of something I just wrote? I'm aware. I'm just sad and disappointed that this is an entertaining Sunday for you. Breaks my heart that this is fun for you. It's my real life and it's depressing. And she says, again, I was being sarcastic in this original tweet. I in no way think this is funny, which is why I tweeted you 7 times before you noticed this one. 7 times, girl. I'll tell you something that kills me when I like go to Instagram and I see people like under Gigi Gorgeous's pictures and they're like, follow me. Girl, she don't follow nobody. She ain't gonna follow you. And so he goes, she says, I tweeted you 7 times before you noticed this one. Unfortunately, about how fucked up this is, I was making a dig at the drama channels. I love you and will continue to support you. Making a dig at the drama channels? Girl, I'm the Andy fucking Cohen of YouTube. I'm also a singer. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. I mean, listen, none of us like to see somebody have a Twitter meltdown, okay? I mean, not really. I mean, really, we don't. But I will say this, okay? If you don't want anybody to come for you and have a personal response to how entertaining it is, don't put it out there. Tweet one thing and say, hey, Sephora, could you contact me in DMs? People would go crazy. If you tweeted out one thing and said, this is completely unprofessional, Sephora, you probably need to contact me before you're hearing from my attorney. I'm just saying the entire world would go crazy. You don't need to do 18 Twitter things about it, okay? But I do agree it's complete bullshit that somebody leaked his shit. I would be furious about that. So I think everybody, no matter how famous you are, I don't care what your deal is in the world. I don't care how mean, how happy, how nice, how compassionate, how loving you are. I don't think anybody deserves to have their personal information released. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday.